Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 26th Park and Rec Commission meeting. My name is Jim O'Connor. I'm the chairman, and we will introduce ourselves first, and then we will get on with our agenda. Jim?
Jim Ronay.
Debbie Davis.
Bill Nicoletti.
Linda Cantor.
Dave Course.
Steve Besputa.
Jack Pritchard.
Deb Satonic.
Dan Lynch.
Welcome, everyone, and we're excited to be in person again. We're starting to create a pattern now, and it's good. And we got a full table. This is awesome. So, again, if we do have actually a couple of guests, if you need, there are emergency exits on the side and in the back. And the first order is there any public dialogue? Mr. Paisano. Welcome. Happy New Year, Tom.
Happy New Year. Thanks for
Hey,
having
Tom.
us. Appreciate everyone showing up. Just giving a couple updates. One, Jim asked me to look into Fred Wolf Park, the new field, if lacrosse or soccer would be using it. I did talk to them, and just so we could let someone else have that opportunity, we will not be using it for soccer or lacrosse. I know there's a fair committee that's having on the 26th of June, having a parade that starts there. Maybe they're welcome to set something up there that would maybe a big addition. Or if T-ball or somebody see baseballs here, maybe that'd be a nice use for the field, if that at all could accommodate them. So just so you know, so you have some plans with that. The other question I had is, I know the Playground Committee has made a presentation to everybody here. I don't know whether you've considered or even thought about the location of that playground or approved the location of that playground. And I'd like to see if you guys could give that some thought. Appreciate your input. Have a good day.
Thanks, Tom.
There is no other public dialogue, so we'll move to approval of the minutes. We have December in front of us for December 15th, 2021. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Steve, second. Deb. Any changes, corrections, deletions? Let me just look through. It was a short meeting.
Okay, make sure your microphone's off.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you. You got to keep yelling at me.
I didn't see it.
I didn't. Yeah, I did. We talked about the ice rink, and I didn't see any corrections. Going once, going twice. All approve. Abstention. We have 2 abstentions. Deb. Okay. Motion passes. Old business. Questions from previous meeting. Danny.
Yes. Quickly, I got my director's report. I'll go over a bunch of stuff in that as well. But I did mention I wanted to talk to Steve. We did look into that stuff for the nice rink. The liner and the equipment that we needed is all stuff on back order with all the stuff going on with this country. So as of right now, everything is on months of back order. The liner is the most important and the most expensive. So as of right now, that's going to be on a hiatus. But there are people on all the ponds, especially Wright's Pond. It's frozen solid, and it's clear, it's clean, and people are out there, so they're enjoying it. And everything right now, because it's so cold, is safe out there on those ponds. So I will keep you updated on that, but it might have to be something for next year.
Did we talk to Kevin Cap? I know he's been
did not-
installing them.
Yeah, he's installing them.
I
It's just
talked to him.
He did. Okay.
It's more of the equipment because we have nothing
Yeah.
left.
Yeah. That
We have a
doesn't separate.
couple things left from the rink from years ago.
Yeah,
So
it's years ago.
a lot of that stuff got tossed and thrown away.
And Kevin said you would have to order it in the fall.
Okay.
Right.
So let's
Yeah.
make it a priority
Yeah.
for this
We will.
summer.
Yeah.
Get the order in, and we'll be ready to go.
We'll do.
You know?
We can definitely, we'll be able to afford it.
Yeah.
So
So that's good.
just want to let you know.
Thank you, Dan. No, that makes sense.
Yep.
The supply chains. Okay, so we're to our big agenda item for January. Eric, the president of Orange Little League, is going to give us an update. Eric, if you want to come up here and you can speak here and basically just any update you can give us. And welcome. My name's Jim O'Connor, and we thank you for all that you're doing for Orange.
Not a problem. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for having me tonight. Thanks, Dan, for inviting me
No problem.
to give you guys an update. Sorry, invite. So last season went well. We had a good uptick in registration. We were back to our pre-COVID numbers. Our registration so far for this year, it's quite early. We've only been open for a month, but our numbers are trending well. Some field improvements that we did last year, we did new LED lights at Stanky, Brindley, and Roach Fields. We put new field turf in the batting cages. We did new netting on Goldberg Field to prevent foul balls. Saved us a lot of balls throughout the season, as they would always go into the woods and down the hill. We added a new drainage system for Goldberg, as Goldberg always seemed to flood. So we put a new drainage system around the edges with rocks, and the dugouts no longer flooded with mud. So it was a really great addition to Goldberg. We replaced the electrical panel on Stanky. Wi-Fi was installed to allow credit card payments at the snack stand, which was great. We were still. Yeah, I know. Some of the parents didn't like it because the excuse of I don't have any cash on me anymore didn't work. But it was great for the league. We had a very good year at the snack stand, even though we were only selling prepackaged foods due to the regulations with COVID. This year we're going to open that up. We have a new snack stand coordinator, and we're not sure, but we probably will be cooking food again in the snack stands. We also instituted new apparel sales, which did really well, and we partnered with Blast Athletics for fundraising programs. So we raised a good amount of money through their fundraising programs. Any questions on the improvements that we did last year? All right. This year, some of the field improvements that we have planned for this year, we are in the process of installing security cameras at Roche due to increase in vandalism during the hours when the complex isn't having games. Last year we had a little bit of, a good amount of problems with vandalism, some spray paint in the dugouts, some benches were broken, just some of the older kids showing up to the complex. So we have an electronics specialist that is a father in the league, and we were able to install so we're installing the security cameras. New sound system is installed in Roach. The equipment was used and purchased at a discount from the Yard Goats, the Hartford Yard Goats. And it was also installed by the same father. So we had it in the fall, but it was just kind of being tested out. We're going to break it out for opening day. But it sounds like you're at a minor league stadium, which is
awesome.
which is great.
great.
We took the speakers in for the winter. They're in my basement right now, but there's two smaller ones on each dugout, and then there's two quite large ones by the press box. And the first night we did it, I was out in the outfield with the wireless microphone we had, and it was like a concert. Obviously, we'll keep it down so we don't have any, problems with the neighbors. Chris Small was one of our great MCs in the fall, testing out the microphone system. So we're really looking forward to that because, the sound system there, people would have difficulties hearing in the stands. You could hear it on the field, but, the players don't really need to hear it. The spectators do, and this travels really well. One of the things that we're planning is to add a bullpen on the first base line at Roche. It's right now pending price with multiple companies. We've priced it out so far with 2 fencing companies, and we had the third one come today. We are also planning to add a second batting cage to the one existing behind Roche to make it into a double cage. That's also pending pricing with the multiple companies. Right now, the batting cage is our only full-length batting cage. So we have proposals to either add a second one right next to it So it'll be 2 full-length batting cages, or if we need to, we can split it in half and make it 2 and 2. OT2 needs to be rebuilt. With the clay due to the flooding last year, we had those 2 awful storms, and it washed away all of the clay from OT2. One of the things that, when I spoke with Chris, and he was going to talk to Dan about this, is that Brindley may be reclayed with funds from the town. And if that does happen, we would like to recycle the clay from Brindley to fix OT2. Purchasing new clay for OT2 would be a very large expense, and it's out of the budget at the moment. So we figured the best way to move forward would be if we could recycle the clay from Brindley where Amity plays and reuse it on OT2. There would obviously be a cost for us to bring the clay down and have it redo the entire field, but the large expense is the actual clay.
Yeah, we're in discussions with that now, with the finance director and all that, so.
Great, yeah,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
that's gonna be a chore, but it's something that needs to be addressed. And
Yeah,
We'll
it-
do the best we can with it.
Thank you.
Yep.
And just for a little background on OT2, we were able to get Little League grants a couple years ago to make it Challenger acceptable. So there are, and Challenger is for special needs children to be able to play baseball or softball. So there's concrete walkways that allow handicap access to the fields. And OT2 is also used in the national, the regional softball tournaments in the middle of the summer. So OT2 will get a lot of use this year if we're able to rebuild it. The T-ball field also was affected, but Chris Small was able to return that clay and get the T-ball field back in good shape. And then the last thing planned is Stanky also needs clay updates. The field is starting to show rocks, and we'll supplement it with the clay from OT2 if we, are able to get the Brindley recycled clay. But Rob Towers, who's our VP of softball, is also exploring prices to just get some supplemental clay for Stanky. But those are all the planned improvements for this year. We also, will have obviously our normal budget to do smaller improvements here and there, but those are the major things that we have planned.
That's ambitious.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you. Any questions on any of the things that we did last year, the season, any future plans for this year?
Great job.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
great job, yeah.
Yeah.
There's somebody who's been a contributor in there from a long time ago, that's significant. So you did a great job.
You need somebody to run,
Yes.
see Reese Terman and say,
And he could carry
hold
the
on.
clay from Brindley down to OT2.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Visnick, who was one of our former president, the president prior to me a few years back, who was our field coordinator last year, did an amazing job last year. So we really want to give him a lot of credit to a lot of the improvements he did through the field. He was,
He did.
it was his last year. His youngest son aged out of the program just last year, so
Good people.
he did an amazing job.
Absolutely. Just so you know, he spearheaded this whole thing with the lights, the
Yep.
LED lights. He came to me, we met with the finance director. Our finance director did a fantastic job working with UI. That was all done through his efforts at the start, and then we kind of rode along with it, and that was huge. Those lights down at the fields are fantastic.
They're great.
Absolutely. And that all came from him and John Cifarelli, our finance director, which
Yep.
is great. And then also the electrical panel at Stanky was huge.
Yep.
And that was done through the town as well. And he, another one that came up with that. He
Yeah.
brought it to our, the town's attention and it needed to be done. And it's kudos to you guys and Mike as well.
Thank
Stuff
you.
got done and we were able to help pay for it and it worked out great.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Any questions, anything else?
The only thing, when you guys with your cameras, have we talked to them about access for the police?
To feed into them?
Well, I don't know about
Like-
feeding into them we don't, and I work for a public school system, we don't have a feed into the police, but the police can, with our permission,
Yep.
can feed in when they're at the high school, when they need things on the weekends.
That's a good idea.
And the technology is capable.
Yeah.
Especially since they're your neighbor. It would also probably be good if we let them know that cameras are going up near
Yep.
them. I know that's just, because I do know there's some activity there. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, we're not putting them in to get anyone in trouble.
Just deter.
It's more of a deterrent. Obviously, if
Sure.
there's a local youth, we've all been young, we're not going to, go far with anything, but it's more of a deterrent and
Yeah.
stopping something. And we have a couple Orange police fathers that are playing
Perfect.
Little League right now that can
Just talk to
talk
them.
to
Yeah.
them.
Talk to
100%.
them, Eric, yeah.
Talk to
Yep.
them,
Good
Eric.
idea.
That's perfect. And yeah, use your resources. Listen, we've been talking about the bullpen on Roach for years, creating that into a double down
Yep.
below, or two singles for the batting cages. So those have been on the plate for years. So you guys made things that we talked about 10 years ago move. So good job to all. And Mike is great. My son played with his oldest. So
Yeah, he's gonna be missed. But he said he'd still, he's a phone call away for any advice that we need.
Good.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you. Any other questions for Eric? That was a very comprehensive update, Eric. Thank you, and good luck
Thank you very
with
much.
the
guys.
season. We're very proud of you guys.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Doing a great job.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great night.
You too.
Okay, so let's move on. Steve, you're up. Grounds and facilities.
I have nothing.
Like I said earlier, it's just Chris and Bob are there now. They're getting ready for this potential storm coming Saturday. And see what happens. Hopefully it's not as bad as they're saying, but we'll see.
And budget, we do our cursory look. So everyone, you got to take your cursory look. I love this every month.
It's going out to sea.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes, that's what I've heard.
That's great.
possibly.
Knock on wood.
It looks like it.
So Dan, yeah, if you could just keep us updated if you need any support for the clay.
Yeah.
You usually handle that with. Luckily, Mr. Cifarelli's very proactive in those things, so I'm not worried about if there's an opportunity.
Yeah. It's expensive though.
Yeah.
Clay is expensive.
Yeah. Well, that took up a lot in your last adventure when we.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So every 5 years. Yeah. Remember that? It's
Twice
yeah.
in the years my kids were playing.
So that's it's expensive.
It
It's
just
not
got redone
cheap.
all
Yeah.
years ago. And
We
it
did
already
the
needs
30,000.
clay again.
Remember? That's the nature of the
Gets
beast.
that fast,
Yeah.
And it gets, when the weather is really, these extreme weather, all the rocks come up.
Come on. Yep.
Next thing you know, you're taking balls off the throat.
Sorry,
Yeah, the rain was brutal last year.
Yeah. And so that's natural wear and tear.
Sure.
And Jim has been supportive and knows that. So so we'll keep on talking to him. And then we have that obviously budget, nothing. Director's report. You're up, Danny.
All right. I put another copy of the Park and Rec Commission meeting dates in here for you as well. I emailed it last month. There's another copy in the packet for you.
Thank you.
Yep. We already talked about the ponds, the weather, so forth. I hope Steve is right on that whole thing with the thing going the other way. It'd be great. We have an aquatics report and a programs report. I'll quickly go through these. For Sue, down at the pool, we have 4 swim teams back in the pool this season. Amity, Trumbull, Christian Heritage, and ARAC Swim Club. Amity has had 4 meets and have 3 more scheduled. Trumbull only has their senior night meet here this year. ARAC is hosting the 8 and under championship meet for the winter season on February 19th. And they will also have a masters team meet here after the morning meet has finished. The pool will be closed that day. We have diving lessons on Monday afternoons. Swim lessons are being taught every day in small groups, going well. Classes are full, but the wait lists are larger than we can accommodate. Again, that's staffing issues and accommodating different times for different lessons. We can only offer the lessons that we have instructors for. So this session runs until early February, and they'll start a new session after the February break. She gave an update. She helps us out with the Ski Bums program as well. We've had 2 trips. They're going very well. Last Friday was very cold, but they got through it, no problem. The kids are great. The buses are well spaced, and no one has been sick. We got 3 more weeks left, and she just put together a trip. They're going to be putting a trip together on March 18th. There's no school in here in Orange that day. That's the day after St. Patrick's Day. It's an off day for school. We're starting registration on this coming Monday with a maximum of 45 kids. So if you're interested, come down starting this Monday up to East Mountain Resort in upstate Massachusetts. Sounds like a good trip. If you're interested in skiing, it's really for advanced skiers only. 5th through 11th grade it's going to be. So if you're interested, come down and sign up starting Monday at the Park and Rec office. So if you're interested, come down and sign up starting Monday at the Park and Rec office. In terms of programming end, we started registration for our winter programs in the middle of December. Those programs have just started up. Some are still taking registrations for. We have next week, we'll be starting our second session of the Modified Youth Basketball League, which has been going very well, well attended. And we've gotten all good feedback from it. I know it's modified, but we did the best we could with what was available to us, and we got 6 more weeks of it starting next week, and we'll be good to go. And everybody's been happy with it. Again, the Ski Bums goes from January 14th till February 11th. And our fitness room, which Deb asked about when I walked in, we're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. And it's working out very well. It's open when we're there. That's basically when all this pandemic started with COVID. This is how we adjusted to having the fitness room open, and it's worked out well. And it's open when we're there, when the office is open. I mean, we're open 8:30 to 4:30, but fitness room is open 9 to 4, and it's worked out well. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Great, Dan. That was comprehensive as well, so thank you. Things are busy, and it's nice that things are turning the right corner, so
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yep.
Any questions from commission members? Comments, concerns, thoughts? Everybody's happy. That's a good January. Okay. I think that's what we have to do. We want to thank Eric again. We will begin our updates.
Cross will be here next. I got to ask him, but I'm hoping to have them here.
Hoping to have lacrosse, and then we'll do soccer.
Tom will be here in March.
Tom's here every month anyway, so we're good. And I think that's about it. Enjoy the time, and hopefully the snow does go. Motion to adjourn. Jim first, second. Down there we get Linda. All in favor, aye? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you,
Great.
guys.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Eric.